Alright, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you are in. I am Old Man 102 with the extra 2 just for Twitch. Alright, let's get a few things. Face. Alright, there is the link to the Facebook group if you're not part of the group. Click the link, answer the questions, and join the Facebook group. Exclamation point maps will get you to the Trello board. The Trello board is where all of the map links are posted. And YouTube will get you to my YouTube channel. If you haven't done so, it is totally free. Please smash that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything and it'll help the channel grow. Alright, so let me get a little bit of speed on the camera. So I was working on this whole section back here this morning. So all the fields are now in. I believe we have 51 fields. Our power plant is right up here. So I'm going to put another little coal pit / foresty area back here. And that'll finish this corner of the map. And then we have the area at these 3 fields up here. We have this little area here to finish. We're going to put a couple more placeables in. And then there's another little mountain area back here we have to finish. So I am going to put in a little coal pit type area. May have to push this grass back a little bit. Let me make my map trees visible again, because I had them invisible when I was working on painting in the farmlands. So let's get that visible so we can see where they are. Now let's go make sure we are on square. We are. Alright, let's go to replace. Let's drop down to 80 to begin with. I'm going to drop the map down a little bit here. Let's give ourselves some room to drive around it, because we're going to have to make a dirt road back here. I'm not sure if this is going to be deep enough. I may take it a little bit deeper yet. Yeah, let's go down to 75 and see where that takes us. Get my camera repositioned here. Yeah, let's try and get a straight line across here. And it will leave a room to drive around it. A little bit of a pit coming down in. And we'll slope it back. Try and get that corner square. Alright, now where are we? Okay, so we are good. I think I'm going to spin the camera this way now so we can work our way towards the corner. Alright, so we're at 75. Let's go to 78. So we'll raise it up a little bit. I want it to slope down in. And then we'll smooth it out, 78. So let's go to 81. We'll bring it up a little bit higher. And then let's go to 84. And then we should be able to just smooth this in. So it's a nice gentle slope coming down in. Get rid of these harsh lines a little bit. Let's see if you can't smooth this one down. I know I'm zoomed way out, but you'll see what I'm trying to do once we get a little bit closer. I'm not going to put another coal mine back here, maybe. No, I'm just going to do a coal pit and a foresty area. Make you like dig the coal out and then cut the trees down. I'll probably just split it in half in the way of farmland, so you could buy either side. How does that come? Okay, so that's pretty smooth coming down in. Let me go, what was our crap? What was our first height? It's not really smooth right there. It is not. What was my first height? Let's grab this guy again. Smooth this edge out a little bit. Alright, Control R should tell me where we were. 77. Yeah, and I'll get a, let me smooth this out a little bit. Ended up with a little bit of a hump there, don't know why. So I may have to just re-smooth this. Oh, come on, stay on, behave. Yeah, I don't know how I messed that up. I probably came back a little bit too far. Yeah, definitely messed that up. Alright, so let's do that again. Oh, I was turned the wrong way. Alright, let me undo that. Let me undo that. Now let's take a closer look down in here. Have my camera turned the wrong way. Alright, I think we can live with that. Seems pretty smooth. Let's smooth this other upper edge out a little bit. So this way we're totally smooth coming down in. Alright, that should work. Let's start back here. And let me take my speed back down. And let's grab our round brush and let's go to dark rock. And let's paint the wall in. Let's work our way up this side first, since we have it going. So I've been working on this since about 5 a.m. I said to heck with getting any painting done at the house this weekend. I want to really focus on getting this map as close to done as possible. Take this down a little bit smaller, and we'll sort of blend it in with the grass right about there. Now let's get this side done. So I've got 3 more areas on the map to finish, and then I have all the AI splines to put in. I have 1 more pedestrian spline to get in. I have the airplane, or whatever we put in the air, so the air splines to put in. I have the snow mask to do for the Seasons players. I have to get all the sell points into the, well, I have 2 sell points in the map, so I need to get the rest of the sell points in the map. I need to optimize the files and clean up some XMLs. Get some, there's a couple files and textures and stuff I could pull out of the map. I need to put the starting equipment in the map. and then do the PDA, and get the map preview done, change the name of the map to what it's going to be. So probably, I'm hoping to have this wrapped up and ready for testing in about 2 more weeks. Now, I won't get much work done next weekend because I'm working mandatory overtime Saturday, and I've got some friends coming over on Sunday so we can finish hanging the drywall in this living room ceiling and then get all the linoleum cut and sized. We're not going to glue it down until I'm done painting, but at least we can get it sized. So I won't be able to work on the map at all next weekend. But the following weekend, it's a holiday weekend, so I have a 3-day weekend. So I'm hoping to wrap it up and get it ready for testing by the holiday weekend. Depends on what I can get done during the week. I should have painted the floor first before I put the walls in. It would have made it a little bit easier. So let's go to, let me change it back to square for a minute. And let's grab our dirt color. Yeah, I probably should have painted the floor before I put the walls in. It's going to make it a little bit more difficult. Oh, alright. Old man never does anything easy. We can make this a little bit bigger. Let me back that one out a little bit. Yeah, I should have painted the floor first. It's all good. Just take a little bit longer. Hope everyone's having a good weekend. I had mandatory time yesterday, so I didn't get much done yesterday. Alright, and then this will slope down in. And we'll have a road somewhere on that side. Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to split this in half once we get it finished. I have my chat, one monitor to my left with chat, and then I've got to my right, I've got the Little League World Series on, but I have the TV muted. So I'm trying to peek at 3 monitors at the same time. So I know the Pennsylvania-New York game is coming up, I think at 2 o'clock. They're in a weather delay right now, I think. Arlon, hello, old man in chat. Happy Sunday. Thank you for stopping in. I'm trying to get this back corner of the map completely finished. 3 areas of the map to finish, and then it's all stupid stuff. I have a couple things. I got the airplane spline from Papa Smurf I have not imported into the map yet, so I have to get that done. Yeah, and then we'll take the dirt out somewhere up here, and we'll leave the rest grass. Alright, let's get this filled in. Yeah, this edge doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be close. And I'm going to, once it's painted brown, it's going to be a little bit easier to come back and re-smooth it. I can see where I have any more humps and bumps. Alright, let's get this edge done. Yeah, since the power plant is pretty much, if you're just joining me, the power plant is pretty much just along this field, somewhere in here. And so I want to put a little extra coal pit back here. In case you're doing multiplayer, you have a second source of coal. And then a few more trees. Alright, now that that's done, let me just zoom out a little bit more. Let me go back to my smooth tool, and let me just smooth this out as much as I can. Doesn't have to be perfect because it's really just a coal pit. And if you want to build a field here after all the coal's out, go for it. Alright, so that should do. Let's get a road back in here. I'm going to have to take some grass out. Alright, we'll take the grass out as we need it. Let me start up here. We'll bring it in instead of taking it out so I know what size. Yeah, I'm going to have to take some grass out. Let's take some grass out as we go. We can always put it back in. So let me let me change this back to subtract. I've seen you have moved into a new farm in 22. Yeah, I don't do well with small European type fields. I don't do well on those kind of maps. I don't do well with fences and hedges and trees like right up to the field. That drives me nuts. But I'm going to take a strip of grass out. We're going to put it back, but I want to take a strip of grass out for now so we can get a road in here. Right along these trees. This corner was an afterthought after I had this grass painted in. Oh, I'm missing some grass over here. Wrong one. So I have to put that back in. But let's get you over here to this road. And then let's get that missing grass painted in. So let's go back down here. Meadow. Harvest ready. Let's just paint that missing grass in right there. So this tree, let's move this tree down a little bit. And let's move this tree up a little bit. And let's get a road in here. Figure out where we're going to go. Alright, so let's go to back to round. And then we should be on dirt. Let's take my circle down. It's about this same size. So if we're coming in from this direction, we're going to come in this way. And I'll fix that grass there in a minute. So if we're coming in from this direction, we'll be coming over this way. And then we'll stick a tree or something right there in the middle. So let's pull that grass back out. Let me change this to remove all. And let's take this grass back out for now. And let's push this road back. Alright, so back to this. And it doesn't need to be straight and even and pretty. Yeah, so yesterday morning after I got home from work yesterday, I got a couple YouTube videos recorded, edited, rendered, and uploaded, and then I was up at 5 a.m., so I got a few more done today. I think I have videos scheduled through September the 1st. So I'm back ahead of the game a little bit. And then Saturday, I'm working. We're doing mandatory overtime again Saturday, but it's only 6 to 11 in the morning. So when I get home on Saturday, I'm hoping to get a little bit of work done on the map. Whatever I don't get done during the week, I'm going to try and work on it a little bit during the week, but it's so hard. By the time I get home from work and I try and get one YouTube video done. So an hour, half hour to an hour to record, half an hour to an hour to render, another half hour, 45 minutes to upload. It puts me at dinner time. So I really don't have a lot of time to get any work done during the week on the map. Oh, missing some grass over there as well. Alright, and then let's curve this around. Coming in. Do I just want to bring this back? Let's just bring this back. So you can go in. Just make it a little bit wider. Get your curve down in there. Alright, that'll work. Let's get this little bit of missing grass in so now that I can see it. Let's change this back to limit it to grass only. We'll get that taken care of. Alright, now let's get our grass back in along here. And then we can finish this area up. Got 3 areas on the map to finish. And then all the physical work will be done. Except for some fixes and tweaks and stuff like that. Snow mask. Snow mask is a pain in the butt. I will do that off camera, because it's just a pain in the ass. I'll clean up all the map files off camera. Pretty much after today it's going to be all off camera work for the most part. That's if I can get these last 3 areas of the map done today. And then it'll just be all off camera work. Can't wait to get in here and start testing it. I know Dixie's dying to get a copy. Alright, let me slide this tree back out a little bit. I'm going to duplicate it. Let's just throw one here in the center of this triangle. Alright, so let's get... Can't wait to play on this map. I can't wait to start testing this map. Let's get our grass along here. I'm so tired of working on it. I just want to get it done. Yeah, Monday I won't get anything done. I have a doctor's appointment right after work on Monday, and then I'm going to stop by my son's house, give my granddaughter her birthday present. They had to cancel her, she's only 2, but they had to cancel her party because my son's been home with COVID from work all week, last week. So I stayed away for like the last 10 days. So I'm going to stop by, get my doctor's appointment done, and then stop by his house after the doctor's appointment, play with the granddaughter for a little bit, pretty much come home and go to bed. Getting there. Almost done with grass on the entire map. Glenn 45750, how you doing? I am doing awesome. Have my big stuff ready, Arlon? Yeah. I know, I'm getting my mods folder ready. Glider Cat, welcome to the channel. Me too, it's going to be fantastic. I do not have the link, but check out Glider Cat on YouTube. He puts out some awesome content. Let me see if I can grab his link really quick. Bear with me a second. So let me get this last little bit of grass done. I want to grab the link to his channel, y'all. Alright, did I miss any grass? I did not. Alright, let me do a quick save. Let me throw you all on... where am I? Let me throw you all on... you're too kind, thanks. Yeah, let me get this saved so I can minimize my screen. Alright, bear with me a second. I'm going to throw you all and be right back. Let me log into YouTube real quick. There y'all go. Check out Glider Cat's YouTube channel. Puts out some awesome content. Let me get you back on window. There we go. Alright. So, grass is done around this. I'm calling it a coal pit. Alright. So, let me come back up top a minute. Let me close fields. Map trees we are working on. I'm going to have to add a new transform group in. Alright, so let me create a new transform group. It has to come up here. So, edit, cut, map trees, and paste. Alright, and we're going to call this coal pit. And then the only tree I'm going to throw in here is the large tree that we can cut. That big pine tree. So I'm going to come up here and grab all of my trees. And we're going to grab the pine stage 6. Let me duplicate that. And I'm going to cut it. Let me go, let's go edit, cut. And paste. And we're going to throw some trees back in here. And we're going to throw some trees around the outside of this as well. So I'm going to grab this so it's free floating. And let's just get some random trees along here. And along here. And I'm actually going to fill the pit with trees and make it dig the coal around them to get to the trees and then take the trees out. Something I haven't done before. I figured it'd be an interesting concept. And then let's leave this guy up here, leave him free floating for a minute. I want to fill this area along here as well. Make your work to get down in here. Alright, let's see what that looks like. Let's come back down closer to ground level, make sure none of these trees are floating. Alright, that's going to be a little bit better. That's a little bit of what I had in mind. Alright, now I'm going to need to... let me do a quick... oh, I just saved. Let's fly across the map. I need to get the bit numbers for the coal. Let's go find the coal mine on Center Mountain. Alright, this should be the coal. No, this is the coal. Alright, this is the coal. So I'm going to change this to terrain detail height. I'm going to go Control R, and it should give me my bit numbers. You know what? Let me grab my notebook too real quick and see if I can't find my notes on the coal and make sure that those are the correct bit numbers. We can always do a little test bit. Oh, that is correct. So coal is number 5. Perfect. And then the height is going to be 6 through 11. So that is the correct bit numbers for coal. When I say bit numbers, I mean what's checked over here, 5 through 11. Alright, so that's going to be our number for coal. Let's fly back to this corner. And we'll get some coal painted in. You're going to need some extra coal for the power. Not that there's not enough coal up there, but I want to give you some extra coal for multiplayer. Alright, so let's go. So 5 is my coal. Let's go 6 and 7 on the height first. So let's turn off 8, 9, 10, and 11 for a minute. And then we can start painting in our coal. Why am I not getting coal? Am I zoomed out too far? No, why am I not getting coal? Oh, because it's limited to grass. Let's take the limit to grass off. Alright, now I should get some coal. Okay, still not getting coal. Oh yes, I am getting coal. Okay, we just got to be zoomed in a little bit. So let's do our border first. Yes, I mean you're going to have to dig the coal out of the trees. And then dig the trees out of the coal, whichever way you want to look at it. Let me go down on my speed a little bit. so I'm not flying around too fast. And I'll probably split this into 2 different farmlands, just so it's a little bit less expensive. So we'll run a border along here. And then we'll swing it back down along here. And then it should take care of our first layer. Now I'm going to add layers 8 and 9. It's going to take the pile up a little bit higher. And then we'll fill the middle in with the next layer. I know it's kind of hard to see, but it is a little bit taller. Especially with the trees there, it's definitely harder to see. Get a better view when we go in game. You can never have too much mining materials on the map, right? Let's take that straight up. And then we'll bring it around here, straight across. When you're done with the coal mine on the mountain, you never want to see more coal again in your life. I know, there's probably like $1 billion worth of coal up on that mountain in the middle of the map. You could probably break Giant's Bank with the amount of mining materials that's on the map without spending any money. Because Giant's, the engine will only let you get to 999,999,999 dollars, and then I think the game actually glitches out. I don't know if they fixed that bug from last year or not. Alright, let's add layers 10 and 11, and then we'll get the rest of our height in here. And we'll fill the middle in. Haven't heard from my daughter this weekend. I need to call her and see how she's doing. What was it? Warner Brothers ended up canceling the new Scooby-Doo movie, and it was like 95% finished. So they were going to actually finish the movie and then hoping it gets picked back up. But they're moving her onto a new project, but she wasn't allowed to say what new project they were moving her onto. But I was so disappointed because it's her first major movie she worked on as a 3D animator, and I was like dying to see her name in the credits of the movie. But hopefully somebody will pick the movie back up, other than maybe Warner Brothers will reschedule it, or somebody else may pick it up. But they're definitely finishing it for the amount of time they have spent on making it. Let's get the center of this filled in. I should probably make these trees invisible. It would have been a lot easier. Now that I'm pretty much done with it, I think of it. Let me just throw these invisible for a minute, just to get this done. Yeah, they already spent $40 million on the movie and have no idea why they canceled it, like 95% finished. So I'll try and reach out to her this weekend, see her tonight, see how she's doing. Alright, so that should be all of our coal in, mixed in among the trees. Alright, so let's make our trees visible again. And now we can get our farmlands done. So let me do another quick save. And then we can call this corner of the map done. I may throw a couple more trees in. Yeah, well, I can't. I put the coal in already. The trees will sit on top of the coal. All right, nix that idea. How are we doing? Bottom of the third inning. It looks like 9-2 Iowa over Utah so far. Yeah, bottom of the third. Iowa 9, Utah 2. Bases loaded for Utah with 2 outs. Alright, so autosave is done. Alright, let's see if we can't cut this in half with our farmlands. And then we'll get this corner of the map completely done. Alright, so let's look at our farmland. So you are going to be coal pit 01. And we'll turn that one on. So that's going to be number 79. Let me turn this off so it doesn't glitch out. Let's turn this on. It's going to be number 79. And make sure we're on square. We're on round. Let's go back to square. Alright, so number 79. Let's get this done. And we're going to bring it out to here. And I think I'm going to bring it out to where the green ends. No, I want to push these 2 fields back a little bit. Alright, hold on. Let me fix a couple things. Alright, so what field is that? I think that's number like 44 or something like that. Let me fix a couple of farmlands real quick. Let's turn that off. Let's turn that off for a minute. Let's go to fields. I think that is like 37. No. 41. Alright, so you're field 41. Field 41 is what farmland. We're going to come back to this one in a minute. Field 41 is number 67. Let's go to 67 for a minute. I want to push this line back to the trees. So you have the field and the grass around the field. So you don't get that, you don't own this land message. So we'll square that off, and we'll have to square this one off as well. So if that's 41, what number are you? Are you 40? You are 40. So field 40 is farmland number 66. Let's change this to 66 for a minute. Yeah, okay, so I only had to fix this little corner right here. Alright, so that should fix that. Now we can go back to our new number, which I can't remember what it was now. Number 79. Let's go back to 79. Now, yeah, there we go. So now I can get a nice straight line over here. And I'm going to make my trees invisible again so I can see to paint a nice straight line. So let's take our map trees. Where are they? Let me make them invisible again for a minute. Come on. And now I can get a nice straight line without the trees being in the way. And we'll take it about halfway across, so somewhere about here. And make it a little bit more affordable. Alright, nice straight edge there. Let's get a nice straight edge on this side. So we'll bring this one back. To the edge of the map. And then we'll take it about halfway across. Try and get a straight line there. Alright, and I'll fill this in. Alright, that half done. Let's go to here. So you will be coal pit 2. Let's turn that one on. So it's going to be farmland number 80. And then we'll continue. Oh, I got green on green on green. This is ugly. Do my best to get a straight line. And we'll take it back to the trees. And I'll try and get a straight line along here. Sometimes it's easier to see zoomed in, sometimes it's easier to see zoomed out. Alright, now we can fill this in. Alright. So that's going to be this corner of the map done. So let's turn our trees back to visible. And let's do another save. Let's jump into game real quick just to make sure I don't need to do anything else to this corner. And then we'll move on to the second section of the map that has to be done. Appreciate everybody taking time out of their day, stopping in and saying hello. Oh, they got out of the inning. Still 9-2, Iowa. They score a couple more runs, they'll call the 10-run rule. Alright, let's jump in game real quick. I'm looking forward to the Pennsylvania-New York game. Alright, let's jump into the well, we have a name, we're just not revealing it quite yet. You'll see the name of the map once we start testing it. me turn this on. We should be loading error-free. It was a loading error-free this morning. Glenn, how close are we to being done? There's 3 physical areas on the map I have to finish. One's the area we're working on now. I'm going to do another small placeable area. And then I have another placeable area inside the mountain to finish. So the physical work is almost done. But then I have the AI splines to put in, 2 more pedestrian splines, the air splines for the airplane and hot air balloon. I have to paint the snow mask in. We have to put all the triggers in for the cell points. I need to clean up the files and optimize. I need to put the starter equipment in the map. I have to do the PDA, the map image, and rename the map. I'm hoping about 2 weeks to have it ready for testing. Alright, so we are error-free. So let's jump in here. Let's grab ourselves... let me untangle my phone cord from my Xbox One controller. Alright, let's grab ourselves a truck. I'll show you the map here in a second. And I need to do the map. The PDA. So the map has to get done as well. So let's grab a nice, respectable baby blue today. So here's what we're looking at so far. Let's turn on the farmlands. So the area right below 44, 45, and 46. I have to finish this whole area of the map. And then over here, where is it? Somewhere in here there's another mountain. So this area right here I have to finish. And then center mountain's done. I just have to paint all the farmlands in and break it up. So we're getting like super close. And then put all the parked cars. Let me add them to my list. So I have to put all the parked cars in the map yet. I have a few and I got to put the rest of them in. But let's head back to this section that we just started working on. I have some more trees and stuff to finish this section that we're working on. Course play friendly. I'm hoping it's not been tested yet. I just got the rest of the fields in today, so I really couldn't test course play, but I also don't have the rest of the farmlands in. Oh, we have the train to finish. Hold on, let me make some more notes while I'm thinking about it. I have to finish the train and all the railroad crossings. Sorry, just keep my notebook handy as I'm driving through the map. I want to try and get the sun fixed so we have shadows. But I got to get with Papa Smurf and see if he can help me do that. And then, the train crossings have to go in yet. And on all these dirt roads, we have to put the AI splines in. Never did like horseplay. I don't use it, but we still need to test it. Make sure it doesn't crash the map. It's going to take me a good couple hours to finish the training at all the railroad crossings in. Oh, missing some grass right there. Try and remember that when we go back to the editor. Yeah, field 47 is just to our left is just stupidly ridiculous, but we needed that one big field on the 16x map. I just want to make sure that this is coal and I had the bit numbers correct. Oh, and all the trees floating? Okay, no, the trees are not floating. Had a heart attack there for a second. Okay, that is definitely coal. And you have a little bit of a foresty area. And then after you clear all this out, you can take your plow and make another field. So what are these going to cost us? 449,000, 370,000. Not too bad. So what do we have? 1.1 million, 1.2 million. These should all be right around 1.2 million. The big field is almost 17 million for the big field. Alright, let's get out of here. So I don't want to spend all day driving around the map. I want to get as much done as we can. Alright, so there's a little bit of missing grass I saw, so let's follow that road back down. Where did we drive? We drove along here. So I saw two areas with some missing grass. Right, one of them was right there. Let's turn this farmland off so I don't accidentally paint something. And then let's go back to meadow, harvest ready, limit to grass. Make our square manageable. Alright, let's get that little bit of grass painted in. I saw one other spot that was missing some grass. I can spot it in the game a lot easier than I can spot it in the editor. Alright, now we came across this road. Where did I see that grass that was missing? Not that way, this way. Sometimes I just have to turn the trees invisible to see it. I swear I saw a bald spot when we were driving up here. Now I'm just completely blind. Alright, I'm going to have to do it. Let's take the trees and make them invisible again. Now, where's that spot of missing grass? It was along this field. I should have went in the editor when I saw it in game. Alright, now I know I'm completely blind. If not, I'll mess with it off camera. Alright, I am definitely completely blind. Was it along this edge? No, it was along the other edge. Alright, now I'm definitely blind. We drove along here. We drove along here. I don't think it was along here. Oh well, I'll mess around with it. I'll go and look for it off camera. Alright, let's put our trees back to visible. It was back, there was a bald spot back there somewhere. I'll have to drive around again. The big field size could be a problem for course play like it was in 19. I don't know if they fixed that either. I don't use course play, so I couldn't tell you. Alright, so I want to get the rest of the trees in. this section before we move on to the next section of the map. So we are going to use, let's continue this one. No, let me grab this one. It should be square to the world. Let me duplicate that. And we'll pull it over. So I usually put these between the light poles all the way along the road. Just make sure I'm back far enough. Let me push that back a little bit. And then let me get one on the corner. Let's rotate that. Let's push it back a little bit. Yeah, that should work. Alright, let's get these in. Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 sections of road I have to put the trees in yet. This was one of them. Yeah, Flight Plan, Dixie's boyfriend, uses Courseplay heavily, so they will definitely test Courseplay out on this map when Dixie gets it for testing. Alright, let's continue these down and around. So, oh, not what I wanted. Let's pull this guy down. And let's get it turned with the curve. Probably end up putting... No, let's just center it. Kind of sort of there. And we'll bring another one down. Let's get it squared back up to -90. I'm going to bring it down 1 pole for now and then push it back. Alright, should be close. Yeah, so that shouldn't mess with the AI traffic. Let me pull one back this way. But leave enough room to get onto that road. Yeah, we're good. And let's take this one down to the intersection. So I think I'm going to try and get... I have enough... I'm going to optimize the map a little bit so I can free up some file size. So I'm going to try and get the sugar mill built into the map and the flour mill built into the map. And possibly the textile mill. Because we have this whole section here is going to be another placeable area. Now, let's get this other road done. I need... which tree am I using? Let's grab this tree that's on the opposite side of the road. Let me grab one of these. That's... Do I want to use that one, or do I want to use a stage 4? Do we have a stage 4 of that particular tree? Let me grab a different transform group here for a minute. Fields I can close. Trees. These are all the trees. Yeah, we do have a Shakespeare size 4. Let me see what that looks like. Let me duplicate it. And I'm going to throw it next to this tree. Yeah, I'm going to use that one, but I need to change transform groups. Let me close roads. Let me close street lights. I think we're in this transform group. I am. So let me go edit, cut, bottom of the mountain, paste. And then let's throw it back here and sort of get it lined up with this guy. But it's going to be the tree for this side of the road. Which way was I 0, 0, 0? Alright, this will work. Let's go 180, minus 180, and then minus 90. This way it's square to the world. Let's get it off the street about that far. And we're going to put them opposite the trees going back to the edge of the map. So all the railroad silos triggers are now in and working. I finished them up this morning. So all the fields are now in. All the secondary farms are now done. Almost all the trees are in. These trees do look pretty cool when you get into the fall of the map, with all the fall colors on the leaves. But with all the mining stuff, you have enough money to just hire helpers to, yeah. You can definitely, I definitely hire helpers to do field missions. And just go and do another project and let him earn. Because you're going to earn more money than you're paying in wages. So yeah, I finished this railroad silo this morning, and there's another secondary farm right here. And then I split this field, this meadow, into 2 different spots, so to make it a little bit easier for multiplayer. You have a couple of inexpensive spots to start on. Pull that back a little bit further. Alright, so that's done. So that should be all the trees along this road. I have all this extra stuff to take out of the map yet. I'm just leaving it in here in case I need any of it. Alright, so that section's done. This section's done. I'm going to pull a couple more of these trees over to fill this gap in a little bit. Let's throw one more in. And then, so that section there should be fine. All the trees here should now be fine. Coming back this way. So we're good to the edge of the map there. Alright, so I've got a couple things planned for this area here. This is going to be another placeable area here. I'm thinking on this very close to Center Mountain, I'm thinking we're going to do the sugar mill and flour mill. And then once the grass is in and all the textures are done, then we have to get the trees along this side of the road and then all the way back on this side. Now I left grass here on this side between the railroad tracks and this field, if you want to put more placeables down on that side of the road. Because back here is another secondary farm for multiplayer. So this railroad silo, you can transfer from both trains to truck or truck to both trains. And then there's a secondary farm here for multiplayer. Now, do I want to put a little drainage ditch in along here and make you drive around, like we have on the other side of the map? I think I do. Let's fly over here a minute. Let's grab... Can I get that water plane? Yes, I can. Let me duplicate that water plane a minute. And let's slide her over. To here. I'm probably gonna have to make it a little bit longer. But yeah, let's get some water along here. Let me zoom out so I can actually see it. Alright, let's make it a little bit longer. Is that my length? It is. Alright, let's go 620. No, we're gonna have to go higher than that. Let's go 700. Let's go 800. No, a little bit longer yet. 900. That should work. I'm going to take it just off of the road. And we'll do some bridge crossings. And now, how deep do we want to go? And how big do I want my square? And is it going to take away from us putting factories in? I don't think so. I can always take it back out if we don't like it. Alright, so let me go to... We're on square. Let's go to replace. And let's drop it with... So the map height is 88. Let's start with 77 and see how that looks. I just want a little bit of a ditch coming through here. That should be wide enough. I may go just a hair, but I can always take this water a little bit wider. But let's get ourselves I'm a drainage ditch along here. So I am going to put another, I think, another little mini silt mine in. So again, multiplayer, you have that little bit of extra silt to make fertilizer with. GOISTI 74, hello. Thank you for taking time out of your day stopping in and saying hello. Much appreciated. My new swimming pool. This may be a little bit too wide. I really didn't want it this wide. Do I want to narrow this up a little bit? I want it to be more of a drainage ditch and not a, yeah, let me take this back. We're going to narrow it up a little bit. So let me zoom out so I can see the green. Let me fill that in completely. Let's make my square a little bit smaller. And I'm going to move this a little bit closer to the road. And let's try that again. Right there's about center. That's still a little big. Alright, let's take that back. And I can always move the water. I don't want it bigger than the road. I pretty much want a drainage ditch along the road. That's much better. That's going to be much better. Unless you put sharks in there. I'm still waiting to hear back for a while. I completely forgot to ask Papa Smurf when I heard from him this week if he converted the shark from 19 to 22. So I still have to get with Papa Smurf on a couple things. But I'm hoping that he converted the shark. Oh, we still have the boat splines to do. We never did get the boat splines in. Oh. Sometimes my camera just doesn't want to move. Oh. Still Iowa, Utah, bottom of the 5th inning. Oh, let me undo that. There are days where I can make a straight line, and there are days where I just can't make a straight line. Today's one of those days where I just can't make a straight line. So I'll have to come back and fill that in. And it's the days, well, I did a lot of painting today of grass and fields and farmlands. So my hands are already hurting from the carpal tunnel. Oh, not that one. This one. Alright, so I'll come back and fill you in. OMINTT, thank you for the follow. Thank you for taking time out of your day stopping and saying hello. Much appreciated. Alright, let's take it to about Do I want to go under the road a little bit and then put another drainage ditch in? Maybe. Let me leave it there for now. Let's go back to 88 for a minute and let's fill this little spot in. And then we'll fill this other little spot in. And we'll push it up a little bit further. Let's fill this in where I messed it up. Let's fill this in where I messed it up. And let's fill this in where I messed it up. Just as, like I said, I want this to be more of or less just a drainage ditch. So let's go back to 77. Drainage ditch along the factory / placeable area. And we'll have to fill that back in. It's actually easier to fill it in than it is to dig a hole. Oh, really messing it up along here. So we have some culverts and under the road little tunnels that we can put in if we need to. Great stream. I wanted to learn Giants Editor, so it's really interesting to see how map makers work. Well, thank you. We're getting really close to having this map ready for testing. I'm hoping in about 2 more weeks it's ready for testing. I'm going to push myself really hard to get some work done on it this week. Unfortunately, this next weekend I won't have any time. But maybe the Labor Day weekend, whatever holiday is coming up, maybe I can finish it up then, because I have a 3-day weekend from work. Alright, let me push this back, and then I can finish fixing that. How far back? I think we're gonna take it to the railroad tracks. Or we could take it to the edge of the map if we really want to. That may be a thought too. Now, because then your workers will have a hard time on that. Unless I take that field back and make that field a little bit smaller, it'll mess up the AI workers. Let's just take it up to the railroad tracks. But that'll work there. Alright, let me clean up these edges. Let's go back to 88. And we'll get these edges straightened back up. It's much easier to paint the land in than it is to take it out. And then I think what we made, now it's going to be too close to the intersection for me to go across the road unless I curve it out and then do a little pond over there. So I think we're going to end it at the road and do a little, like a half of a drainage ditch. So, wrong way. Let's go back to 77. And let's just take it to the road, and then I can fix it with a little part of a drainage ditch. So let's take it to there for now. Let me come over here and grab one of these, but I'm going to pick it apart and only use part of it. Let's grab the whole thing for now. Yeah, let's grab this whole thing for now. Let me duplicate it. And we'll grab this guy. And we'll bring him over. As long as I get him close, then I can mess around with it. So let's spin him this way to 0. Get him close to where I want him. And then I can tweak it. Alright, so that half we don't need. I can delete that half out. This half I want to work with. But let's take it, let's go, let's see. Let's take that down to 1. Let's take this back to 1. Let me take my speed down so I can just move my camera really slow. And I'm going to have to make it even smaller. But let's get it. Oh, the sidewalk, yeah, let's go, and we're going to have to, let me take the wing walls and make it a little bit lower so it's not glitching into the road. So that should be fine there. The drainage tunnel, let me drop that down just a little bit. The walkway, I can actually bring up a little bit. And now the sidewalk definitely needs some work. So sidewalk, let's take you to 1. No, wrong one. Let's take you back to 4. Let's go 0.75. 0.75 is still keeps me in the road. Now if I take her down a little bit, just to get it under the road, just so it's not going to flicker, and then I push it back a little bit. Nope. Yes, and then we can take the guardrail. We can make the guardrail a little bit smaller, so let's go 0.75. Nope, a little bit smaller. 0.55. That'll work. And now we're going to have to bring it back in a little bit and down. And then that guy is what? This, do I need this? Let's bring that up a little bit to about there, and then maybe pull it out a little bit. No, that's good there. Alright, that should take care of this side. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's fine. So that'll take care of hiding it where it meets the road. And I could probably do the same thing where it meets the railroad tracks on the other end. So let's grab that guy, actually. Let's take this whole guy here. Where's my... This guy, sorry. This is the one I want. Now, is that going to flicker when we get in-game? It might. Let me drop that down a little bit more. This one? Yeah, this one. Let me drop that down a little bit further. Yeah, that's going to be better. So that shouldn't flicker when we get in game. Alright, so I'm going to take this whole guy. Yeah, we should be alright. Well, I'm going to duplicate it. And we're going to put another one up. We're going to push the water up to the railroad tracks, I think. And there's a couple more things from the other side I'm going to need to grab so we can get some bridges across here. I don't want to, I'm sliding it because I don't want to change the height. But we're going to spin it. Oh, it's not going to turn. Crap. It's not going to spin. Sometimes when you have like multiple transform groups inside of each other, it doesn't want to spin. And I don't know why. So what I may have to do, let me try something. Let me take it, let me duplicate it for a minute. Just so I have a spare. Let me go edit, cut. Let me bring it down here. Edit, paste. Let me make it its own so I don't have a transform group inside of a transform group. Let me bring it here. Let me see if I can spin it and turn it and mess with it here. I can because it's its own little transform group now. So let's go to 90. I'm going to leave that other one there for a minute before I delete it out. And then we're going to have to bring this guy down some. And then play with its width a little bit. So let's go 1.2. We could take it down to about there. But I think I'm going to take it all the way to the railroad tracks. So let's get rid of this grass. So let's go to subtract. And let's pull this grass back. I can always put some more back in. And now let me slide it back out of my way. And then let's go back to replace. And let's push this one back to the railroad tracks. That should be good there. And then I think I'm going to take this guardrail, make this guardrail a little bit longer. Yeah, let's go like 0.7, a little bit longer, 0.8, that works. And then this one I can delete out. That whole thing, yeah, let's delete that one out. So we should be good here, so let's fix, now I'm going to have to texture this. Alright, let me do a quick save. It's been a minute since I saved. Grab a sip of water. Alright, so before I texture this, let's fly back across the mountain for a minute. So we're going to have to put a couple roads coming into this area. So I want to try and mirror this side of the map. So what did I do over here? We did just a wooden bridge. Did I do no culvert? I did not do any culvert. Okay, so that's simple. All I need is a wooden bridge. So let me just duplicate this guy and slide it over. I thought I had like a hole. That's not what I wanted. Darn it. I hate when my mouse does that. I wanted just the bridge. It should be duplicated now. There should be two of them. That's what I was trying to do. Slide this guy over to the other side of the mountain. I don't want to mess with its height because it's at a perfect height. But I'm going to just leave him on the road for now. And we'll come back to him in a minute. What can I close? I can close just that for now. Alright, let me find this water. Let's make the water invisible for a minute. Now I have the other side painted with dirt, so I think I'm going to just paint this side with dirt. Let me go to my round brush. Too far. We're going to end up with a little bit of dirt on the grass, but I'm going to have to live with it. Alright, now my speed is too high. Let me take my speed back down. Uh-oh, they're in a weather delay in Williamsport. I have the Little League World Series. I have the TV muted so my mic doesn't pick it up. But I'm trying to watch the Little League World Series and stream at the same time. Alright, let's get some paint along this side first. And we'll flip around and paint the other side. And since it's a drainage ditch, the textures don't have to be perfect. So we're going to put some like weeds and bushy bits and stuff alongside of it anyway. So even if we have a little bit of extra dirt, I'm going to have to live with it not having a really clean line. Oh, I can't wait to go play with the granddaughter after work tomorrow. Give her her birthday present. I hope when I bought her she doesn't have one already. I don't remember seeing one at my son's house. Once we get this terrain done, it's going to go a little bit quicker. Then we just have to import a couple more factories into the map files. Oh, and then we got to get the boat spline in as well. I don't know if we're going to get that far today. Maybe I'm overzealous with trying to get this thing done in 2 more weeks. Because my to-do list keeps growing. We put the boat launch and the extra cell point in, but I forgot to put the boat spline in the day we were streaming. Well, I ran out of time last time I streamed to get the boat spline in. Alright, so that should be good there. So let's flip around to this side. And we'll get this side done. Coming back. I can always clean the textures up on top if there's too much dirt showing on the flat area on top. I'm just glad all the fields are in, because that was a major project. Oh, still in a rain delay, or weather delay. I'm not sure if they got lightning or if it's actually raining. I know we were calling for some storms today in central PA. Yeah, we'll probably clean up some of these textures on the top level. Anybody do anything exciting this weekend? I sure as heck didn't. I had work yesterday, 5 hours. Came home, got a couple YouTube videos done, had dinner and went to bed. And then this morning, I was up at 3 a.m. Actually, I was up at... No, it was a little bit later. It was about 4:45 when I got up today. Got a couple more YouTube videos done. Grabbed some lunch, did a load of laundry, and I've been working on the map most of the day. I don't want to do any of the fields on camera because we've done so many fields on camera. I just wanted to get them finished. So after I had all the fields done, I went live. So the only thing I have left to do today is just make myself some dinner. And I've got to put the granddaughter's birthday present together and wrap it. I don't want to take it unassembled. That should only take me a couple minutes. Oh, and here's where the hands start going numb when I start painting a lot of textures. I really need to get the surgery done for my carpal tunnel, but it's going to be a couple weeks out of work, and I'm not eligible. I'm not been with the company long enough for FMLA leave. I have short-term, long-term disability, so that's not a problem. But it's going to be, they want to do one hand first, a 2-week recovery, and then the second hand, and then another 2-week recovery. So it's going to be 4 weeks out of work. Unfortunately, also, the first 2 weeks are unpaid before short-term disability kicks in. So I also got to make sure I have enough. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong one. So I also have to make sure I have enough money saved up for 2 weeks worth of paychecks. But I'll see if they'll let me take a medical leave, but keep my same position. They say no, we can't hold your same position. I'm just going to keep putting the surgery off. But once I have FMLA leave, I believe they have to keep my same position. I could be wrong, but I think they can keep the same position. Alright, let's make the water visible again. Now, where was that wooden bridge? It's sort of glitched into the ground over here somewhere. Over here. There it is. Alright, so we're going to have, well, where's our roads for now? We had one over here. Let's come straight across from here. So let's put our first little wooden bridge over here, across from this entrance. We can always add more. Let's put the first one here. Yeah, let me make this guy just a little bit longer. What's my length? Is it this one? It is. So let's make that one a little bit longer. And I think we had another entrance somewhere. Do I have another road coming across? I do, over here. Let's put another one here for now. So let me duplicate that one. And we'll get this one in. Across the road from that one. Do we have? We might as well throw one more in. Across from this one. And then I'm not going to put one here. Do I want to put one more here? Or I'll make you drive around. Oh, I'll be nice. Let's put one more there. This way you can come straight across. How are these at the... No, now my height is messed up. So okay, so let's go down to the first one. We're going to have to... I need to adjust these a little bit. That's the other side of the mountain, correct? It is. Alright, let me bring these up a little bit taller. That should be good there. So let me grab this height, copy it, change the height of this one, and change the height of this one. Alright, so that should be good. So we have our roads coming across. We can add more if we need them. We'll fix the textures when we paint the grass, and let's just fix that little bit of grass here along the railroad tracks and finish this little area up. Alright, so let's go back to, let me go to subtract. We are on meadow harvest ready, limit textures to grass. So let's just fix this back up along here and along this side. Just to finish that little area up right there. Alright, so that's going to be good. So let's start down here. Some of this will have a couple factories and some of this will be place your own. But I want to get most of the basics in the map first. And when I was playing on the new cow challenge on Ritchie's Creek map, I was thinking about finishing up this map, or what I needed to do to finish up this map. And I'm going, okay, we definitely need to put the sugar mill in the map, we have to put the flour mill in the map, and I want to get maybe the textile mill in the map. So let's do another save. I like to save often because I get a lot of power surges. Alright, Iowa and Utah still in a weather delay. Alright, so let's minimize the map a minute. Let's grab 16x placeables. Let's make a folder. Let's call it sugar. Let's grab another folder. Let's call it flour. Let's grab another folder. And let's call it textile. Let's call it textile. Alright, I'm going to open up my external storage. 22 downloads, external mods. Alright, let's open up the Ritchie flour mill. Is it a grain mill? What's it called? Grain house. Alright, let's grab this i3D. And I'm going to grab the entire thing. Let's go File, Export Selection with Files, Placeables, Flour, and we're going to call it, we're going to name it the i3D exactly like it is. So it's GRAIN, capital H, house. So it's going to be the grain house. Let's save that. And then I need, let's open up flour. I'm going to need the greenhouse XML, so let's copy that over to here. And I'm going to need the store. Let's copy that over to here. Now pallets. Cornmeal, flour, what does it make? It makes just flour. Flour is in the map, so I don't need a flour palette. I just need to make sure the flour palette and the cornmeal palette's in the map. So let's check the map file really quick. So let's go to 16x, palettes. I just need to make sure the flour palette is in here. Flour box palette we have in here. I just need to make sure the cornmeal palette's in there. The cornmeal palette's in there. So we don't need to bring any of the palettes into the map because they're already in. So placeables, flour mill. What else do I need? Let's make sure all the textures came over, and they did. So we don't need to fix any textures. So all I should need is the i3D, the XML, and the store. I shouldn't need anything else. Let me just double check the it'll run off the map effects, it'll run off the map fill planes. I don't need anything else there, and we have all the HUDs in the map already. Alright, so that's going to be flour. So let's go to sugar. Let's go to external mods. Let's grab the sugar factory. Sugar house. Let's open up that i3D. So let's go File, Export Selection with Files, Placeables, Sugar, and this one is Sugar House. So let's export that, and then I'm going to need the XML, so let's copy that over to here, and I'm going to need the logo. Is the logo or the HUD? Store, that's the one I want. I need to copy that one into here. I think it's the store one. Let me open this up real quick. Yep, that's the one I need. And I think that's all I need there. Let's see if all the textures came over here. And they did, so I don't have to worry about that. Let me close that XML till I'm ready to use it. Alright, so the last one that we're going to need is textile, external mods, spinning mill. Let's open up that i3D. And we'll grab this. Let's go File, Export Selection with Files, Placeables, Textile, and this one is called the spinning mill. So let's save that one. And then I'm going to need the XML and the store. So let's copy those over to there. That's all I should need. Alright, so let's go. Let me close some of the stuff I have open. Let's close gameplay. Let's close objects. Let's close trees. Let's close the roads. So we have as least amount of transform groups open that I can get. Close that. Let's close that. Let's close that. Alright, let's go File, Import. Which one do we want to build first? Let's go with flower. So let's import that into the map. I did import that from the correct file. Hang on. Let me just make sure I'm in the map file and not the external file. I am. Alright, so we have the grain mill. And I'm thinking of putting the grain mill and the sugar mill next to each other, and then putting like 4 factories right here. Sugar, flour, textile, and then we'll see what other one we're missing. Now, which way do we want to rotate this? I'm thinking we're going to leave it like it is. We can always slide them around. So I want to off the road a little bit. So that's going to be the flour mill. Let's go File, Import, Placeables, Sugar. Let's bring the sugar house in. Let's throw it there. Let's kind of sort of line it up with this one. And, well, which rotation do we want it in, first of all? I think I'm going to spin it. Yeah, I want to spin it. Let's go this way. And let's reline it back up. That should be good. And so we'll go sugar about there. And then let's go File, Import. Let's bring in Textiles, bring the spinning mill in. I don't know. Which way do we want to rotate it? I think we're going to leave it the way it is. Just get it lined up with this guy. And we'll bring it back to about there. We'll have room for trees and stuff around these, so let's put it about there. Now, what other one do I want to bring in? Slavic Rushi, hello. Alright, so let me look at the external files to see what we're missing. Did I accidentally close that? I did not. Alright, let's look at our external files. What do I not have in? Bakery Barn, you're going to put your own down because that's more of an endgame factory. Beer Factory, you'll replace your own. Carpentry Mill we have built in. Cement Factory is more of an endgame. Cereal Mill, Coffee Mill. We could build the Dairy Mill in. Do I have the Dairy Mill in the map already? What's the i3D called? Dairy Mill. Do I have the Dairy Mill in the map yet? We do not. Let's get the dairy map. Let's get the Dairy Mill in, and that'll fix this. We'll have a 4-pack of factories right here. So let's go into here, in placeables. Let's make another folder. Call it Dairy. Let me minimize this a minute. Let's go back over to here and let's grab the Dairy Mill. So let's go File, Export Selection with Files, Placeables, Dairy. So you are going to be the Dairy Mill. So let's export that into the map files. And then I am going to need this XML. Let's copy that into here. And I'm going to need the store. Let's copy that into there. That's all I should need for the Dairy Mill, unless we need some pallets. So last one is going to be, let's go File, Import. Let's bring the Dairy Mill in. And then it's going to be sort of here. Which way do I want to rotate? I think I'm going to rotate. I think I'm going to leave the rotation like it is. So we'll kind of, sort of line it up with that one, and we're going to have to eyeball it on this side. So it's about lined up with this one. That'll work. Now I'm going to probably put one more bridge over here coming in. So let's go back up here for a minute. And let's grab, why is the height on this one back into ground? Why are these back in the ground? Did I not fix that one? Okay, I must have missed that one. Alright, so this one here, let me grab this height. Let me go Control C. Let's go fly back to this one. Let's fix the height. Let's come up here and we'll go Control V. That's going to pull it back up out of the ground. And now I can duplicate this guy. And let's slide one down here. I don't know if I'm going to get this area done today. I didn't realize how much of this section was unfinished. But we're not building a lot. We only have like one more factory to build in, and the rest of this is just going to be empty placeable areas. Alright, so that's going to get us a bridge coming in. from this side. You can get in anywhere on this side, but if you're on this side, they'll have a bridge coming in at least. Alright, so let's grab, do I want to do round or do I want to do square? What brush are we on? We're on round. We'll go with round. We should be on dirt. Alright, so let's get this guy underpainted. So it'll be much easier to put the foliage and the grass in with it being underpainted. And then we'll figure out where the road and stuff is going to be. I'm trying to get all the basic factories built in, and then the end game factories like pizza and beer, those are going to all be like place your own. Let me go to square for a minute. So we know we're going to need the drop-off point dirt. But I do want to finish underpainting. And we'll end up expanding that a little bit. This one, when we paint the grass in, it's not inside of the building. Alright, now this one is what? The grain mill. So my height is 88. Let's get this off the ground. And let's finish painting this in. And we'll put it back down to where it was. And so let's change that back to 88. Alright. So now we're going to have a road coming in the middle. So let's come off of the bridge. I don't want to be this wide, I don't think. But let me see. I usually go about half the width of a road. Actually, yeah, that's about right for a single lane. So I want to be about this wide with my road. Yeah, that's about right. And we'll see where we're going to go from there. Oh, too far. Still too far. There we go. Alright, now this guy is where... So my pallets are going to spawn... We have a couple more triggers along there, so let's get this dirt out to here at least. And then we're going to need a road coming into these triggers. So we can bring this guy down, something like that. We don't have any triggers on this side, correct? Where do our pallets spawn? Where's my pallet spawner? Okay, so our pallets spawn over there. So, and then our drop-off point is here. So that's all the dirt we need for this factory. All right. So let's bring this guy back. Alarn, 300 bits. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Alright, and then we'll bring this guy back around. I'm going to have to pull this road out a little bit further. Still continue down. Now, is there a reason to drive around this building? I don't think there is. But you're also going to need to be able to curve like back around this way. So let's just bring that in a little bit this way. And let's bring this in a little bit this way and this way. Alright, something like that for that guy. And then let's take this road straight back a little bit further. And we'll see where we're going to go from there. Alright, so this guy, let's close this transform group. Alright, so sugar mill. Do you have any triggers on this side? You do. So we're going to have to drive around this building. Alright, so let's get it underpainted first, and then we'll figure out where we're going to put our dirt road. So once we underpaint it, it's going to be so much easier to get the grass and stuff in. So this road will have to, this building will have to put a road around the front and a road around the back. So we might as well just bring it straight out. Let's get this covered. And then let me take this guy. Where's his height? 88. Let's take this guy up a minute. We'll underpaint him. And we'll bring him back down to 88. Alright, so he's going to need a road around back and a road around front. Let me highlight him green again so I can see where the triggers are. So we're going to need a road along here. So you're going to come around, and then we can go back out this way and meet up with where this road's going to come back. And then this guy's going to have to come out. But you're going to have to be able to turn this way or turn this way. Something like that. Let me make this a little bit wider, so you have a little bit more room to pick your pallets up if you spawn your pallets out. Alright, now this back side, we're going to have to come out. Let's go a little bit more room to drop your product off. And then let's bring this guy, let's bring him over to this road. Something like that. And then the front of it, we're going to have to come out and go this way or this way, depending on what you're doing. So let's take this road back to about here, and we'll curve it in. Alright, something like that. So that should be the roads on that side. Awesome has to go. Wish you awesome next week. Thank you, Arlon, so much appreciated. Alright, let's get this guy underpainted. So we know this is our pallet spawner on this side. So we're going to have to come out to about here at least. Let me highlight. This is the dairy, so I know where all the triggers are. So let's bring it. So this side we don't need a road. Yeah, we're going to need a road around back. But let me get it underpainted first. And then we have a couple triggers on the front side, so we're going to need to come out to at least here. And then we might as well bring this out. Let's sort of like square this up a little bit. Now, how we want to hook him up to the road. So we know we're going to need a road around back. So this is going to have to come out. Let's drive around. And we'll come back out kind of sort of there. And then this road is going to have to come back this way a little bit and out this way a little bit. That'll be this side. And then over here, so you're going to come around. Do I want to bring it up to here? Yeah, let's sort of bring it over this way a little bit. We'll hook it up with this guy. That should be good for that one. This is the dairy. Let me pull it up off the ground for a minute. And then just underpaint this guy. And then take it back to 88. Let me click my TV to tell me that I'm still awake. Alright. So that leaves us with the Spinnery. So let's get this guy underpainted. And we'll figure out where its road's going to go. And I think these are the last 4 factories we're building into the map. So let's pull this guy up. Oh, got almost all of it. I'll just take him back to 88. So we do not need to drive around the back of this building, so we just need to stay on the front of this building. But I want to give him a little bit more room here. So you only need to come in and out there, because I think that's where all the triggers are. Yep, so all of our triggers are there, but you're going to need room to back in and pull pallets out. So let's pull this guy out a little bit further here. Give yourself some room to get your truck in. Yeah, that should be good there. Alright, now how are we going to... And then let me just leave room to drive all the way in. Let's pull them out a little bit further. So we'll be able to drive around the front of the building. So we'll be able to drive... So let's take this guy, and we'll be able to come just like straight up to here and hook in with this road. And then this guy can sort of come this way and meet with this ugly intersection in the middle. That should be good there. That should be good with our roads. Let me do another quick save. Grab a sip of water. I'm not that far from where they're playing the Little League World Series. They're under a weather delay. Probably about an hour drive, maybe an hour and a half. But it's also getting really dark and cloudy where I live. So whatever they're getting in Williamsport's headed my way. Alright, so autosave is done. Okay, so the next thing I want to throw in, let's close that. I should have a transform group with parking lines. Parking. I should have a single parking line. I don't want to put the big ones in. I just want to put this little guy in. So let's grab one of those. And we have 4 factories. So let's come over here. And let's take a look at this guy. So let me grab, let me duplicate that guy. And go edit, interactive placement. Let's bring him here. So he'll go about here. So let's grab our dirt again. And let's bring this guy out. And then let's bring him like this way. And then while we're here, let's come up top. Let's go to gameplay, splines, traffic system. Let's just parked cars. Let's just grab one of our parked cars and throw it over here. So let me duplicate that guy. And we'll throw a parked car in here. So the blue area is the blue is always the front of the car. So I'm going to throw one about there. Rixie Rex is now following. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Thank you for taking time out of your day stopping and saying hello. So that gives us a parking lot for the flour mill. So let's grab this guy and let's bring one over to this factory. So let me duplicate that. And we'll bring this guy back. Now, where do we want to put a parking spot over here for your employee? Do we want to put it on the front, this side, or do we want to put it on the back side? Let's put it on this side. Employee parking. We might as well just fill this in. Yeah, we'll just fill this in. Let's grab our dirt. And we'll just fill this in here. And I'll probably double this up. So let's throw that. Let's throw one there. And let's throw another one there. No, it's not sort of center. Let's bring, oh, there we go. I like that even better. My sinuses kill me 24/7. So I always have sinus problems. Let's grab another parked car. Let's duplicate that. And we'll throw one here. We'll give this guy 2 employees. And we'll pull another one over. So that should be this factory. Let's grab our parking line. And we'll duplicate it. And so where's our employee over here going to park? I think he's going to park over on this side. So let's turn it this way. Let's go -90. And we'll put him sort of over here. Let's pull it back a little bit. So let's grab our dirt. And we'll sort of square this up a little bit. Alright, that'll work. So let's grab another parked car. Let's duplicate that. Now we'll throw one here, so we'll have to turn him this way. So blue is facing the front of the car, and we'll leave it like that. Alright, one more parking line. Where are they? Down, not up, old man. Let's grab this guy. And we'll bring, so we're dairy. So where's our employee going to park for the dairy? Over on this side. That'll work. Let's pull it up this way. And we'll just square up our dirt a little bit. And we'll grab one more parked car. Let's grab this guy. Throw him here. Alright, that'll work. So parked cars are in. Let's grab a couple of street lights. Let's grab this guy. Let's duplicate him. Alright, so let's get one here. Sort of on this corner of the building. And we'll get some over here by our triggers. I'm probably going to end up adding a lot of lighting in once we start testing. And especially once we start testing at night, I'm going to probably end up adding a bunch more lighting in. Dixie usually tells me it's too dark here, too dark there. And then do I want one on this other corner? Yeah, let's grab one more. Let's put it over here. Alright, so that should be good there. So let's pull this guy back, and we'll spin it this way. -90. And we'll sort of center it over the parking lot. About there. Now we have some triggers. Let's throw one over on this corner. And we'll spin it this way. That'll work. And then let's get one on the back side, maybe two on the back side. Maybe just one on the back side. Alright, let's spin it this way. Right about there. Do I want one more? That should be good. Alright, let's over here. Let's get one. Put one sort of over here at like a 45-degree angle. That'll work there. And we could throw another one on this corner. Just push him back a little bit. Right about there. So that should be good there. And then let me square him back up to 0. Now over here, where do we want to go? Let's see, we're going to have... how is he going to look on this corner without it glitching, well, without it going into the building? That should be fine. So throw one there. Put one on this back corner. So we'll spin him this way. And we'll pull one on this corner. And then what do I want on this side? So let's spin it this way. Squared up to -90. And we'll sort of put it where the parking lot is. Alright, that should work. So that should be good for lighting. Alright, now finish the textures and get some foliage in here. So if we go back to grass, can I get this fixed where it pushes it back? I can. Let's get some of this dirt off the grass a little bit. Alright, that's better. And then this corner up here, we can get more grass back. We're going to put some bushy bits and weeds and stuff along there anyway. And then a little bit more right here. Let's push that back a little bit. And then I'm not going to go too far up this way yet until we figure out what I'm going to put in next. But we can push that back a little bit. And the front side is pretty decent right there. Alright, so let's grab harvest ready, or meadow harvest ready, limit textures to grass. So let's get this area in. And I'm going to have to pull it out of the water a little bit. So I'm going to have to push it up to the edge. Alright, that'll work. And then let's get this corner done. And I'll have to pull some off the road a little bit. And then let's get this edge done. And then I can paint it in a little bit quicker. I'm just trying to keep it out of the water. We should be good there. Alright, that should be good. Now we can go bigger. Now that everything's underpainted. put it in a little bit faster. Oh, do I want to put a back entrance in over here? I may put a back entrance in over there real quick. And then we'll just go along here for now. We're going to have to put a little bit of grass along the water. So let me try and make sure I have a really nice line here without grass going into the water. Alright, that'll work. Do I want to add a back row? I saw a little less, like, I noticed this when I was painting the grass in. Yeah, let's do it. Let's grab, let me erase the grass along there for now. Let's go back to round. Let's go back to dirt. Let's go about half the width of the road. Alright, let's bring dirt road in here. Going this way or that way. Something like that. And then we can paint the grass back in. This way there's another back entrance in. Alright, so that's looking decent. Let me do another quick save. What is the map going to be called? We are not revealing the name quite yet. We'll reveal it once we start testing. I don't have the graphics done for it yet. So we're keeping the name secret for a little bit longer. Alright, I want to get, do I want a row of pine trees or do I want more random trees? Let me come up here. And let's grab some random trees from up here. So let me take this guy. Let me duplicate him. So I have a willow. Let's duplicate this one. So we have an oak. Let's duplicate the pine. And then there should be one more. This guy. Yep, let me duplicate this guy. So it's the bottom 4 trees we'll pull down here. So it's the bottom 4 trees. Let's grab the willow, edit, interactive placement. Let's grab the oak. Come on. Let's grab the pine. And let's grab this guy. Just so I have all 4 trees down here. Now let's finish up the road first, which is this guy. Let's bring him out to the corner. So one there. One there. And one about there. And then we'll take these other trees. So let me grab the willow. I kind of sort of like it like right where it is. Let me duplicate that one. We get one more sort of over here. So let's take the oak. Let's throw another one about there. Let's take this guy. I want to put a couple of this one in. So I'm going to make him free floating. And I'm going to randomly drop a couple more of these guys in. And then I'm going to grab this pine tree. I'm going to do the same thing. Let me make him free floating. And we'll throw just couple random pine trees in here and there. So that should be this area done. Now what do I want to do along the road? Let's push in a little bit more grass first. Let's go to square, and let's get some grass just in here. I'll probably put some bushy bits and weeds and stuff in, but let me get the grass in first. Yeah, just back to about there for now. And then what do I want to do along the road? Do I want to do the actual, like, do I want to do like flowers, or do we want to do some actual bushes? So let's go to Deco Bush. Let's see what the boxwood big looks like. It's more of a ground cover. Let's back that out. Let's go with the blueberry big. What does that one look like? No, that's still a little too short. Okay, what does this guy look like? That's more what I'm looking for, but let me back that out. Alright, let's change this around for a minute. Let's just go with the big one. And I just want to randomly, like, throw some, like, bushes along the water, just to break that grass up a little bit. Let's do the same thing on this side. Alright, that's better. Let's get the grass off of the bridge. Let's go back to meadow. So pull the grass off of that side. That side looks fine. Alright, now let's get all these factories spawned in as placeables, and we'll see what they look like in game. Alright, so let's go down to, all the way down to the bottom. Alright, first one is going to be our grain mill. Alright, so we have to go, let's open up the map files. So let's go to placeables, flour, let's open up the grain mill XML. Alright, so there's a couple things we got to do. So the store photo, we have to add placeables / flower, because that's the file that it's in. And then the i3d, we also have to go placeable slash flower. So it spawns in from the correct file. It's making flour pallets already in the map and cornmeal's already in the map, so we don't have to add any pallets in. So that's all I should need for the XML to work properly. Placeables flower, and then the store photo, placeables flower, and then the i3d. That's all I should need there. So we have to go to mod description. Let me grab this guy. Let's copy this guy. Let's paste it in. It's going to be placeables flower, and then the XML is going to be greenhouse. Alright, so we have it registered in the mod description. We have to register it in store items. So let me come back here for a minute. Let's copy this over to store items. And doesn't matter, we can drop it in. I'm done with railroad silos. Let's just go down on space. Alright, so there's our placeable. So that's going to be our store item, placeables flower, greenhouse. So let's save that. Did I save the mod description? I did. Alright, so now placeables. So now we need to spawn it in as a placeable. So let me come up here, make a couple extra spaces. Let's copy this. Let's paste it in. You are going to be greenhouse. You are going to be placeables flower. And then the name of our XML is greenhouse. And then we have to just get our position and rotation in. Alright, so I'm going to grab this number. We're going to copy it. It's going to get pasted in here. Our height is 88, so that doesn't change. Let's grab this. And then it goes here. And then our rotation is 0, 0, and 0. Alright, so let's save that. That should be our everything we need for the flour mill. Let's do the sugar mill next. Alright, so let's go placeables, sugar. Let's open up the sugar house. And our path is going to be, so we have to fix the store photo. So it's placeables slash sugar slash store photo. And then the i3d is going to be placeables slash sugar slash sugar house i3d. So let's save that. It is going to make sugar and molasses. So we have to make sure we have sugar molasses pallets in the map. Pallets, do we have molasses in the map? Yes, so our molasses pallets in the map is our sugar pallet in the map. It should be. Our sugar box pallets in the map. So we have the pallets in the map already. So that's all I should have to do with the sugar house XML. Shouldn't need to do anything else. So we have to go to mod description. Let's copy that. Let's paste it in. So it is going to be sugar. And it is going to be, what's the name of our XML? Sugar House. So let's save that one. Let's copy this. Store items, we can put that under here. Let's save that, and then I'm going to go to placeables. So let's copy this one. We will paste it back in. So you become sugar. Our XML becomes sugar. This becomes sugar. And then we just have to get our XYZ and our rotation. Alright, so let's grab this coordinate. It goes here. We're going to leave it at height 88. Let's copy that to here. And then our rotation is going to be 180, 0, minus 180. And we can save that. So our sugar mill should now spawn in. Alright, so the Spinnery. So that is under 16x, placeables, textiles, no, placeables, textile, old man, not textures, textile. Let's open up the spinning mill. So let's get our path correct first. So our path for the store is placeables / textile / our store photo, and then our i3D has to be placeable / textile / spinning mill. So let's save that. It makes what? It makes fabric. Or the fabric palette should be in the map, but let's double check. Palettes, we should have a fabric palette. Ooh, do we not have the fabric palette? We do not have the fabric palette in the map. Alright, let's minimize the map a minute. Let's minimize that a minute. Let's leave that open. Let's go to our external mods, the spinning mill palettes. Let's grab... Okay, so the fabric palette is running off of the fabric palette i3D from the map. So all I need is the fabric palette XML. Fabric palette XML is already in the map. Let me just make sure it's running off of the dollar data. Okay, so I don't need the i3D because it's running off of dollar data. So the palette we don't have to mess with. So let's bring this guy back up. Let's bring this guy back up. So the first thing we need to do, let's go back to placeables, textile, spinning mill. So, mod description. Let's copy this, and we'll paste it back in. So it becomes placeables, textile, and the XML is called spinning mill. So let's save that. Let's copy this guy. Let's go to store items. Let's paste this one in. Save that. Let's go to placeables. Let's copy this one and paste it in. It becomes spinning mill. And then it's going to be placeables, textile, and then it's going to be spinning mill. And then we just need its position and rotation. So let's grab this guy, and we'll paste it in here. Oh, I missed the number. Paste it in there. Our height is 88. Let's copy this position. And then our rotation is 0, 0, 0. So let's change this back to 0, 0, 0. And we'll save that. So our spinning mill should now come in as a placeable. So last up is dairy. So let's go placeables, dairy. Let's open up the dairy XML. Let's fix our path. Flight plan, hello! Thank you for stopping in. We're going to jump in game here in about 5 minutes. Let's go to our store photo is here. So we have to change this to placeables / dairy store photo, and then we have to, our i3D is also placeable / dairy for our i3D. So let's save that. And then what palettes do we have here? So we have to make sure all of these palettes are in the map. So let's go to 16x palettes. Alright, so the first palette we need is milk. Let's make sure milk is in here. Do we not have milk in here? Let's open up the... Let's look at the placeable one for a minute. Dairy. Palettes. So it must be running off of the in-game milk palette. Hold on, let me just double check. Oh no, is it a bulk liquid? Is milk a bulk liquid? Let me open up new fill types. Milk is a liquid, so we don't have to worry about a palette for milk. Let's go back to... Alright, so we need a sugar. Sugar palette is in the map. Let's make sure boxes palette is in the map, which it should be, because we have the... the mill is running, so we have boxes. Cocoa is in the palette because we have the orchards in. Coal is in the palette because, or in the map because we have coal in the map already. So do we have our chocolate palette in here? Or is it running off of the in-game chocolate? Alright, let's see what the external one is running off of. So what is our chocolate running off of? Chocolate is running off of... No, we should have a chocolate box palette. Okay, so we have the chocolate box XML, and the chocolate box XML is running off of the dollar data. So with chocolate is done. We have to make sure we have yeast in the map. So do we have our yeast palette in? So yeast palette is in, and then hydrogen and oxygen, which should be in the map already. They're a liquid, so I don't need a hydrogen, oxygen, liquid. Okay, so we have everything we need in the map for our dairy. So let's go back into here. 16x, placeables, dairy XML. So we already have that fixed, so everything's fixed for that. So let's go to mod description. Let's copy this and paste it in. So it is going to be dairy. And then the name of our XML is dairy mill. So we'll change spinning to dairy. And we can save this one. So let's copy that to our store items. And then we'll save that. And let's go to placeables. Let's copy this guy. We will paste it back in. So this guy will be the dairy mill. And then we have to change textile to dairy. And then our XML name is dairy mill. And then we just have to get our position and rotation. So let's grab this guy. And it goes here. Our height is correct. Let's grab this guy. It goes here. Oop, I missed the last number. Let's try that again. It goes there, and then our rotation is 0, 0, 0. So let's save that. Alright, we should be good now. Let's take... Alright, we'll take the grain house, we'll delete it out of the map. We'll take the sugar mill, we'll delete it out of the map. We'll take the spinnery, we'll delete it out of the map. And then the dairy, we'll delete that out of the map. These have to spawn in as placeables. So let's save the map. And then we'll jump in, after this saves, we'll jump in game and make sure these all spawn in properly. Make sure it's not throwing any errors. Alright, while that's saving, let's go back to our external, all of the file that has all of my placeables in it. The pie factory we're not going to build in, dole we're not going to build in, the drying mill you can place your own, fermenting house, okay, the grain house is in, grass dryer's built in, hinge you'll place your own, hen house is built in, ice cream factory you'll place your own. The ice house is built in. Juice factory will be place your own. Lavender will be place your own. Oil press we should probably build in. Let me make a note for myself. Oil press is one of the base factories, so we need to build that one in. Oil well's already built in. Power's built in, refinery's built in, seeds are built in, slaughterhouse is built in, slushy and soda you'll build your own, soy milk is already built in, we just built the spinning mill in, stone pit and stone processing is built in, sugar's already built in, tea factory will be place your own, the tailor you can place your own. We didn't build any wash plants in, but you could place your own down. We should probably build a water factory in as well. So we'll have 2 more factories to build in, and I want to build in another very small. I want to build in a small area with a little bit more silt. All right, so we saved the editor. Let's jump into the game real quick. Make sure these all spawn in without any errors. So let's grab a career. Let's grab an empty slot. We're going to go to the unnamed. We have a name for the map. We're not revealing it yet. Let's make sure it comes in with no errors. Now again, it is a 16x map with about 50 placeables built onto it, so it is going to take a little bit to load the first time. Those two yellow we don't have to worry about, they're just warnings. And we are 100% loaded with 0 errors in the log. So let's grab our truck. We're using blue today, so let's lease that guy. And I'll show you the map real quick if you're coming in a little bit late. So all the fields are now in. 47 is ginormous because I wanted one ridiculously massive field in the map. So that's what. Now this is just a temporary PDA. I have to do a better PDA, but that is just temporary. So let's jump in the truck. Let's go check out our 4 new factories. Make sure they're spawning in properly. Now the train's not finished. We still have all the crossing signals to put in. But we can take the back entrance in. And then we'll jump out and make sure everything looks fine. Alright, so we have... yeah, this guy looks fine. I don't see anything floating. We have our parked car. We don't have the farmlands painted in yet. So we have to do the farmlands yet. Let me get a little bit of speed. So that guy looks fine. Sugar factory, again, all the graphics have to be changed once we do the final name for the map and the reveal. Okay, so I got to get a little bit of dirt here coming into the... so we get a little bit of grass there to get rid of. That one looks fine. That one looks fine. I think we're good. I don't see anything I have to fix except for that little bit of grass. Alright, that looks fine. Let's check out our bridge. I gotta slide that over just a little bit. And maybe make it a little bit more narrow. Yeah, it's too wide. So I'm going to narrow these up a little bit. And slide it over a little bit. And then we'll work on, well, then we'll jump into the next area and get the next couple placeables. And so my goal is to have this area right here finished today, from here back to where the railroad tracks are. And some of this is just going to be an empty area for you to put placeables in. Most of it's going to end up being a placeable, or just an empty area for you to put placeables in. I actually like how this is looking. Alright, a couple slight changes. Let's get out of here. And then we can paint a couple little fixes, and we'll get the farmlands painted in. Alright, which one was it? This guy. I'm going to have to spawn the dairy back in for a minute. So let's bring our dairy mill back in for a minute. I'm frozen. Why am I frozen? Oh, that's not good. It's going to crash. The editor is going to crash. Yeah, I'm frozen. I can't do anything. I can close it. Why can't I get... Alright. Okay, there I'm good. Okay, that was weird. File import. No, I'm still getting nothing. Alright, let me close this a minute. I can't even close it. Oh, this ain't good. No spinning wheel of death, but it also won't let me close it. I'm going to have to hard crash it and hope I didn't lose everything I did today. I can paint. I can't close it. And I can't open up any files. Alright, I'm going to have to hard crash it. This is going to be ugly. I'm hoping it, let's hope and pray it opens up without any errors or being corrupted, or I'm screwed. I've lost everything I did today. It won't even close. Let's hard crash it. Alright, and let's pray it opens back up without being corrupted. 16x, if it does, I'm just going to quit. So I've lost like 8 hours worth of work. I did a backup this morning before I started. But I've lost, if this is corrupted, I've lost everything I did today. Alright, so we have the spinning wheel of death. Okay, awesome. So it did open up. Let me just make sure the game is going to open up again, and I'm going to do a backup before we go any further. Let's grab an empty slot. Let's turn this guy on. Let's let it load, make sure it's going to load without any errors. It gave me a heart attack there for a minute. I would have been crying like a little girl. Oh, if we're stuck at 65%, this ain't good. Oh, there we go. Nope. Oh, yeah, perfect. Okay, so we're opening up without any errors. Alright, so let's get out of here. Let me go into here. Let me take this guy and delete him. Let me take this guy, slide him over there. Let me zip this back up. That's my backup from this morning. Let this guy zip himself back up. Alright, let me grab my external storage. And let me just grab this guy, copy him, and paste him into here. So I have 2 backups just in case. Alright, now let's try that again. I wanted to go File, there we go, Import. There we go, and I'm bringing the dairy mill back in. Uh-oh, spinning wheel of death. Oh, cool. Alright. Just throw him in here. I'm not going to put him like perfectly where he was, but I sort of want to get him back where he was. Right about there. So I just want to remove a little bit of grass from here. Am I on subtract? I am on subtract. Let's make our circle smaller. What the heck? How big is my circle? Alright, coming down. I have no idea why the editor just did what it did. Alright, let's get a little bit of grass out of here. And a little bit of dirt in there. Not that you would notice, but it was bothering me. Alright, so that's better. So now we can take the dairy, delete the dairy back out. And I just messed that grass up. Alright, now the bridge was definitely too wide, so let's make this bridge a little bit more narrow. Which means we'll have to make all these bridges a little bit less narrow. So let's take him, let's go like, is it, no, which one is it? Let's go, what number is that? Number 2. Let's go 1.5, nope, wrong one. Let's take you back to 2. Let's take our width from 1.3 down to 1. Let's get him sort of centered a little bit, and I'm going to make this road a little bit more narrow. So let's grab grass. Let's bring the grass over a little bit. Let's bring the grass on this side over a little bit. And let's grab our grass texture. Harvest ready, limit to grass. Let's get our grass back in here. And we'll have to make the rest of these bridges a little bit less wide. Alright, that's going to be much better. So we have this area completely done now. Alright, so let's move up here. So we wanted to build in the oil press and the factory that makes water. Do I already have them in the map or do I not? I know I do not have the oil press in, but do I have one that makes water? What's the external i3D called? Why are you messed up? External mods. Waterworks. It's called Waterworks. Do I have that i3D in the map already? Okay, so we already have Waterworks. Do I have Waterworks built in already? Let's go to our placeables. Do I have one built in already? Yeah, we already have Waterworks built in, so I don't need to build another one in. So really, I guess the oil press is the last factory that needs to be built in. But since I'm building that in, do we want to add one more waterworks in? We're going to need a lot of water. We make a lot of hydrogen and oxygen. Yeah, let's build a second water tower, or second water one in. So we'll do 2 factories right here. So we're going to need to bring the oil press into the factory. Or into the map file. So let's go oil press. Let's grab this guy. Let me just make sure I don't have it in here. Oil well is in, oil press is not in. Alright, let's create a new folder. call it oil press. Let's go to our external file. Let's open up the oil press. Let's go File, Export Selection with Files, Placeables, Oil Press, and it is called Oil Press. Let's copy that. And then let's go onto here. So I will need the XML, and I will need the store photo. So that's everything I should need. Let's make sure all the textures are fine. They are. Alright, so let's go File, Import. Let's bring the oil press in. We'll throw you, which rotation? How do we want you rotated? Probably this way. I think that's all the triggers are on one side. Yes, they are. Okay. Let's push you back a little bit. So that looks fine there. And let's bring another waterworks in. So let's go File, Import, Placeables. Let's bring another waterworks in. We can have two of them in the map. And we'll put you. I'm going to rotate you so you're. Ooh, let's go this way. This way, all the triggers will be kind of, sort of to the front. Sort of line you up with this guy. And then bring you straight back to about there. Now, am I going to want a back road from here into this part of the industrial park? Probably. So we'll probably end up taking a little bit of this grass out and cutting a road in. These should be, no, and then I want to put it so, and then I'll make another little placeable area here, and then we'll do some trees and stuff, and then we'll do another little water feature with another silt pond. Alright, these two should go in fairly quick. So let's go to Square, Dirt, and see. So let me get this guy highlighted so I know where all the triggers are. So this guy can come straight out to about here. This should go about half the time as our other 4 factories went in. So let me underpaint him. And then we'll underpaint this side. Alright, now let me lift him up a little bit, and we'll fill this in. And then he can come back to 88 height. Alright, so that's that guy. I'm not sure where the road is going to be yet. Let's just underpaint this guy. And then we'll figure out where we want to put the road in. Alright, so this guy, let's come like straight out here. We'll come straight out from the factory. And then we'll underpaint the rest of him. Actually, this side has a stairwell, so let's just bring it out a little bit of a sidewalk on this side. Alright, so let's lift this guy up. Oh, I only missed a little spot. Right there. Bring him back down to 88. And now let's grab this bridge, since it's the right size. I'm going to have to replace the rest of the bridges. And let me duplicate that. Let's bring him down. And a little bit further. That'll work. So let's grab some dirt. Let's get our road coming in. Oh, stop. Alright, there we go. My mouse sticks every once in a while. And the button, which causes the button to stick. Alright, so you're going to come straight back. It doesn't have to be perfect, so we're going to make a couple slight changes. So you're going to come out this way. And then we're also going to need a road in case you want to go that way. So we're going to go something like that. Let's push this guy straight back. And then over here, we'll have a road coming out, going that way, and then in case you want to curve back this way. Something like that there. And then this guy, let's curve you out kind of like this. And then if you're on this side, let's do something a little bit different over here. Let's come over here and erase a little bit of grass for a minute. Let me push this tree back a little bit. And then let's take and pull some grass out of here. Let's go to here. About how big do I want to be? About that size. And let's bring this road sort of back through here. We'll put the grass back in a minute. So let's bring this guy around and sort of hook it up with this road. And then this guy's going to have to come out. Let's bring him out to the corner, and then you should be able to go either way. Something like that. And let's just get this part of the grass back. I could probably slide. Now let's leave that tree where it is. Alright, so that's going to get our roads done over here. I got to change the graphic. There's a lot of graphics I'm going to have to change as well. Alright, let's grab same thing. So let's grab a parking line. Let's duplicate that guy. We'll bring him over here. Employee parking, that looks good. So let's grab a little bit of dirt, and then you can just go sort of here. I'll get a parked car there in a minute. And then this guy, let's duplicate that. We'll bring this guy up to the front. Actually, no, let's turn this guy this way. Pull him out a little bit. That'll work. And let's just take this guy and square him up a little bit. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Let's grab... let me close some of this stuff for now. Let's close parking for now. Let's close trees for now. Close that for now. Alright, let's come up top. Gameplay, splines, traffic, parked cars. Let's duplicate a parked car. We'll throw one here. And we'll pull him back a little bit. About there. Let's get one up here. So let's duplicate that. And we'll spin him this way. Alright, so we got our parked cars around. Let's get a couple of lights in. So I'm going to duplicate that. So let's put one on this corner. That looks fine. Let's get one on this corner. Alright, I'm going to do a quick save. I'm going to throw y'all and be right back. I'm going to hit the little boy's room and grab my water bottle's empty. I need something to drink. I'm going to throw y'all and be right back. Give me about 3 or 4 minutes. I'll be right back. Alright, let's get you back on window. Alright, so we have lighting there. Let's get some lighting up here. So let me duplicate that guy. And we'll bring this guy over. So let's spin that to 0. We'll put one about there. We'll throw another one over here. Alright, that'll work. And I'm going to leave a little bit of space over here. I'm going to leave a grassy area over here for you to put more placeables down. Now I'm thinking about making a dirt area here instead of a grass area here to put more placeables down. Do I want to leave it dirt or do I want to make it grass? Let's do it like, let me leave it grass. But I want to get another row of trees in because I want to separate our little, well, we're going to put another little like silt pond in. So let me separate this out real quick. Let me grab this row of trees. So I have a separation point. So let me duplicate that real quick and pull it over. I'm going to have to make it a little bit shorter, but that's all right. Just want to get something about here. So I have a designated placeable area. And then we're going to have to take about half of these trees out.